You unlock your phone, stare blankly at your home screen, and suddenly realize something strange. You have no idea why you picked it up. Your fingers moved entirely on their own. According to a landmark Scout research study, the average person touches, taps, or swipes their smartphone 2,617 times every single day. For heavy users, that number doubles to over 5,400 touches. That equates to reaching for your pocket once every 4 waking minutes. It's no longer a conscious choice you make. It has evolved into a hardwired physical reflex, running on pure autopilot. Have you ever felt your leg buzz with a phantom vibration, only to pull out a totally silent screen? Nearly 90% of college students report experiencing this exact psychological glitch. Each microcheck takes barely 5 seconds, but your brain takes over 20 minutes to fully refocus afterward. You think you're just glancing at notifications, but your focus is being continuously shattered. But why does your brain crave this frictionless loop even when you actively want to stop? Because deep in your neural circuitry, every unlock pulls the lever on a hidden chemical slot machine. You think you reach for your phone to get a hit of pleasure from a text or like. But neuroscientists prove that's dead wrong. Dopamine doesn't surge when you get the reward, it spikes before. In the 1990s, neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz tracked brain activity and discovered something chilling. Dopamine neurons fired intensely during the cue, the notification sound, not when the subject actually consumed the prize. That vibrating buzz in your pocket isn't just noise. It triggers your mesolimbic pathway instantly. Your brain floods with craving before you even touch the glass, creating an urgent physical itch you must scratch. Why is checking your phone more addictive than checking your microwave? The secret is uncertainty. When a reward is guaranteed, dopamine stays low. But when the outcome is unpredictable, your neurochemistry explodes. Every time you swipe down to refresh your feed, you pull a digital slot machine lever. Will it be a boring email or a viral notification? You don't know, and that mystery drives the compulsion. Casino designers figured out decades ago that intermittent jackpots create unbreakable behavioral loops. App developers copied this exact mathematical formula, turning billions of smartphones into pocket-sized gambling machines engineered for maximum compulsion. What is the jackpot you are actually gambling for? Social validation. For our ancestors, tribal acceptance meant literal survival. Today, a red notification badge hijacks that primitive instinct, making missing out feel dangerous. Have you ever felt your leg vibrate, only to find 0 notifications? That is phantom vibration syndrome. It happens because your brain's dopamine anticipation loop is dialed up so high it hallucinates the cue. After hundreds of daily microspikes, your dopamine receptors downregulate to protect themselves. The scary result? Normal, slow-paced activities like reading a book or sitting in silence start feeling painfully flat and boring. You might think this chemical hijack was an accident. But tech giants didn't stumble into this by chance. They hired behavioral scientists to deliberately destroy the natural stopping cues that used to govern human life. Think about reading a physical newspaper. When you hit the back page, you fold it up and stop. That physical boundary is what psychologists call a stopping cue, an endpoint your brain craves. For millennia, human survival depended on these natural stopping cues. When the river dried up or the sun set, your brain received a biological signal: task finished, conserve energy, time to move on. But in the 1950s, Harvard psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered a sinister loophole. He placed pigeons in operant conditioning boxes, rewarding them with food pellets at completely unpredictable, random intervals. What happened next revolutionized psychology. When rewards were guaranteed, pigeons pecked calmly. But when rewards were random, the birds pecked maniacally, unable to stop. Unpredictability had hacked their survival instinct. Decades later, tech engineers weaponized Skinner's discovery. To maximize your screen time and ad revenue, they realized they had to systematically eradicate every single stopping cue from modern software interfaces. In 2006, engineer Ozza Raskin invented infinite scroll. By eliminating the next page button, he erased your decision point. Content simply loaded forever, trapping millions in endless cognitive loops. Then came the pull-to-refresh gesture, designed by Loren Brichter. Notice that brief pause before new posts load? That tiny artificial delay mimics a physical slot machine reel spinning in Las Vegas. Have you ever wondered why notification badges are bright red? In nature, red signals urgent danger or ripe fruit. App designers chose red to bypass your logic and trigger primal urgency. When you combine infinite scroll, variable refresh delays, and red badges, stopping cues vanish entirely. Disengaging now requires deliberate willpower, something your exhausted, dopamine-soaked brain is ill-equipped to provide. But what happens when you finally manage to lock your screen and walk away? You might feel free, but research reveals your silent phone is still secretly draining your brain power right now. Ever felt your thigh buzz, reached down, and found nothing but empty fabric? You are not losing your mind. That is phantom vibration syndrome, a physical hallucination affecting up to 80% of us. Your nervous system is so primed for a digital hit that it misinterprets a simple muscle twitch. We have literally rewired our bodies to expect a constant stream of micro-rewards. But what does this do to our focus? Enter the University of Texas. Researcher Adrian Ward led a groundbreaking study that revealed a terrifying truth. Just having your smartphone visible on your desk, even turned off, actively drains your brain power. Ward's team tested 800 participants on mathematical and memory tasks. Those with phones on the desk scored significantly lower than those with phones in another room. Your working memory literally evaporates. Why? Because resisting the urge to check your phone requires active mental energy. Your subconscious is constantly screaming, "Look at me." You are burning fuel just trying to ignore a piece of glass. This constant struggle leads to a new psychological phenomenon, microboredom panic. We have lost the ability to wait. Can you stand in a supermarket line for 3 seconds without reaching into your pocket? The screen has become our ultimate emotional pacifier. The moment a conversation pauses, or a red light lasts too long, we use the internet to self-soothe. We swap self-reflection for instant distraction. But boredom is actually the engine of creativity and problem-solving. When you kill those quiet spaces, your brain never enters the default mode network. That is where your best ideas are born. So we walk around cognitively depleted, unable to think deeply, yet terrified of the slightest pause in stimulation. It feels like an unbeatable addiction. But you are not powerless against the machine. How do we defeat an industry designed to steal our attention? A handful of former Silicon Valley insiders have revealed a loophole, a simple trick to break the loop instantly. What did they discover? On the other side of your screen are 1,000 engineers designing hooks just for you. To win, you cannot rely on willpower alone. You must fight back by introducing friction. Start by stripping the dopamine-inducing colors from your screen. Turn your phone's display to grayscale right now. Suddenly, Instagram feels as exciting as reading a 1950s tax document. Next, battle the brain drain effect. A University of Texas study proved that just having your phone on the desk drains cognitive power. Put it in a drawer or another room. Block the noise. Disable all non-human notifications, leaving only direct messages from real people. If an app doesn't serve you, hide it inside 3 folders to force a conscious search. These tiny barriers break the automatic loop. By inserting just 3 seconds of thinking time between the urge and the action, you reclaim control over your own neural pathways. Every second of attention you surrender is bought and sold. Ask yourself, if you aren't the one choosing where your attention goes, who is actually living your life. We like to think we're the ones using these devices, but the reality is that your attention has been weaponized against your own ancestral biology. Your phone isn't a tool you control, it's a pocket-sized casino where you pay with the only currency you can never refund. So the next time you reach for that screen on autopilot, ask yourself, are you actually looking for something, or is your brain just checking to see if the cage door is still locked?